Hello again, Fish-A-Lots. Did you know that if you have all the best gear on the planet, but you really don't know how to use it right, or using it in the wrong locations, you could be spending $1 billion out there and still catching absolutely zero fish? Well, these are just two of the mistakes that a lot of beginners make that cost them a ton of fish. So in this video, I'm gonna reveal the 3 biggest beginner mistakes that you need to avoid. So I jam-pack all the tips and tricks I learned over the years into these videos to shorten your learning curve so that you could learn fishing in no time flat and go from beginner to super confident to super consistent, catching loads and loads of fish. And all right, Fish-A-Lots, so mistake number 1 is just going way too heavy with your gear. This will cost you an absolute ton of fish, and it's a super easy mistake for beginners to make, basically because of all the marketing out there. Fishing is a $74 billion with a B dollar industry that wants you to buy the next shiny thing on the shelf. So here's the problem with heavy gear. You as a beginner want to target a lot of fish and you want to trigger as many bites as possible. Heavy gear restricts you in this because it restricts your ability to cast far, and it's going to prevent you from presenting a lot of lighter lures and baits to a larger variety of fish. So here's my 2 solutions to the too heavy gear problem. One is to go ultralight. By ultralight, I mean a really light rod and a really small reel and some really light line. I'm talking 2-pound test line. Check this out. These are some big old largemouth bass being caught in just 2-pound test line, and these fish are killing it, and I am having a ball because that ultralight gear really allows you to enjoy the sport of fishing and enjoy that fish that just hit your line. Now, my second recommendation here, if you don't want to go ultralight or you're fishing in a very fast water moving environment, maybe you're river fishing or you're fishing in tidal systems, something like that, is just to go lighter on the gear, getting a medium power rod and a moderate action rod to start, okay? Power is just the amount of force that you put on the rod to create it to bend, and action is wear on the rod will actually bend. The reason why you should use moderate action is because it offers a lot more shock absorption when a fish does hit your lures or your bait. It allows you to not pull hooks out of fish's mouth, and it allows you to use a lot or a bigger variety of lures and baits. For a fishing reel, 2,500 size reel to a 3,000 size reel, and that's it. That's really all you're gonna need for inshore fishing. I'm talking ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans, you name it. This gear will cover you. As you can tell in this video right here, this gear I'm using here is catching largemouth bass out of a pond and also catching huge stripers in the ocean, and it's the exact same gear. Now, for your fishing line, I wouldn't recommend anything above 10 pounds. Again, the lighter the line you have, the more natural your lure presentations and your bait presentations will be. Now, mistake number 2, I know your more experienced Fish-A-Lot buddies out there are making, and it's just so easy for beginners to fall into this trap, and that is just way overcomplicating all the bait and lure selections out there. Again, the mistake here is a lot to blame with marketing and really garbagey advice out there to tell you to play the color game. You know, this specific color with this amount of flakes in it will catch more fish than just that color with 5 flakes in it. Most of that is absolute nonsense. And look, if you thought you were confused in the rods section, looking at aisles and aisles and aisles of rods in Bass Pro Shop, I can tell you the lure section is even worse and even more overwhelming. Now, here's the problem. If you go in there and you come out with bags and bags full of lures, you're gonna end up overwhelming yourself once you get out on the water. And the problem is, I've seen so many Fish-A-Lots out there constantly changing colors, constantly changing lures, constantly changing everything, that they're not actually fishing. So here's a solution to this problem of not getting overwhelmed with all the baits and lures and everything out there. And the solution is search baits, and go small with your search baits. Probably the most versatile bait and combo that you could use is a jig head and a soft plastic paddle tail, or a fluke tail, or a weedless hook, and those same combinations of soft plastic. You can catch bass with these. You catch bluegill, crappie, striped bass, you name it, you can catch it with a piece of soft plastic and a hook. I mean, my 2-year-old here in this video, my son Ben was 2 when I first started YouTube, and yeah, he's catching tons of fish just with a good old-fashioned Bobby Garland jig head and a Gulp soft plastic. And that's it. You can literally learn how to trigger bites by fishing multiple levels in the water column with some soft plastics and a weighted hook of some sort. Next up, what I would do is invest in some search baits like spinner baits, chatter baits, crankbaits, but make them small, because smaller baits will trigger a lot more bites from both small fish and big fish. Never be surprised at how big a fish you could catch using a smaller bait. Now, if you're ocean fishing or you're bait fishing, the trick is to present a bait in front of the fish for as long as possible. Pick some durable bait out there. Also, fish bites is a huge way to catch us a ton of fish. They hold their scent for a very long time, and it literally takes a knife or a pair of scissors to get that thing off your hook. I would suggest fish bites and go with smaller hooks, and you'd be amazed at how big a fish you can catch with just a small little piece of bait, and it works for everything. So mistake 3 here really has to do with the fact that credit cards and money aren't necessarily gonna buy you fish, but correct techniques will. And probably the worst taught, worst talked about, less marketed thing out there is actually how to find active feeding fish. And for a beginner, the focus really needs to be on that versus the new shiny lure or the rod that says catfish or bass or trout on it. Basically, it's a 90-10 rule. 90% of the active feeding fish are gonna be in 10% of the water. And so what happens is a lot of beginners get frustrated because they got all the gear, they bought all the stuff, but they're fishing in a dead zone, in an area where there just isn't any fish. And so that's why in second mistake section of this video, I recommended search baits, because search baits will allow you to cover a lot of water, and it will allow you to learn how to find those fish as they react to their environment around them. So mistake number 3 is you really have to focus on how to find those fish and fish locations and spot locations each and every time you're out there on the water. So listen, we all have to start somewhere, and we all have to take our lumps, and we all have to learn from our mistakes, but that's the key. You learn from your mistakes, and you really need to focus on these basics, right? Being brilliant at the basics is what's really gonna result in your fishing mastery to go from beginner to very confident out there on the water to very consistent out there on the water. So if you want to see how being brilliant at the basics really applies to your fishing, and you want to learn how to catch fish, go ahead and click on this video right here where we actually show you how to do this, how to break down a body of water, and how to catch a ton of fish. Thanks for tuning in, Fish-A-Lots. I'll see you out there on the water.